100 years ago today.
June 16th, 1925. Hard life for deputy sheriffs. Deputies seem to be ready for anything, except work. The following letter was intended for the What Our Readers Think column, but due to its timely import, it is carried by itself. To the editor of the Milwaukee Leader. Why is a deputy sheriff? I, and quite a few thousand other tax-burdened citizens, ask this question of each other and ourselves while watching Sunday's automobile races at State Fair Park. Hundreds of kids and adults with child minds swarmed over the track, risking death under the wheels of the speeding cars to get a closer glimpse of the race. Track officials did their best to hold the crowds back off the rails, where they would be comparatively secure if a car crashed. But they were only a handful, and the crowd they tried to handle numbered 1,000. While all this was going on, cliques of smiling, chatting deputy sheriffs in uniform and out stood about the track, apparently oblivious to their duty. There they stood, at least 15 of them, watching the cars whiz by while the county of Milwaukee was paying them salaries to see that the roads were patrolled and order in sections outside of city police jurisdiction preserved. Perhaps they had a nice time parading about in their natty uniforms, but that isn't discipline the people expect and demand of Sheriff Reichenbach. Mr. Reichenbach, you say the men were needed to handle the jam of traffic which ensued after the races were over. Quite right, but why, in the name of common sense, couldn't those men of yours enjoy the races and keep that swarming mob of people off the track and out of danger? Thanks to the drivers themselves, there were no accidents. Several times the cars came within a few meagre inches of the lines of gaping daredevils, but most drivers seemed to sense the danger and kept their cars well to the outside. Maybe some Sunday, a new driver from a country where things are not done thus will race at State Fair Park and crash into the mob on the track. Then there will be an investigation and revelations, Mr. Reichenbach. In order to emphasise my statements here, I am accompanying this letter with a photograph I was fortunate enough to obtain. It shows how one group of 4 uniformed deputies served. Respectfully, HN. Milwaukee, June 14. Subscribe for more history.